Okay, good. All right, thanks, William.
Thank you.
My name is Ramesh. I'm very much involved in STEM programs, and together with William, we have got an organization called STEM for All Makerspace. It is a community-based learning center, and we are made available, or we are made possible because of the support given by government.
Ramesh, Ramesh,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Ramesh, apologies.
Ah,
Um, Not live yet. 1 minute. One
okay,
second.
all right.
1 second.
Okay, no problem. We'll continue. Okay.
Okay, now we are live.
All right.
Apologies.
Okay, no problem. So once again, welcome all. And my name is Ramesh from STEM for All Makerspace. Together with William, we have got a body or a center called STEM for All Makerspace at Daman. And our main objective is to bring about excitement in learning STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, and maths. And today's session is called nature, all right? It is got to do with nature loves you, all right? And to share with you this program is Dr. Kogila Wani. She is somebody who is very passionate and has lots of interesting experience that she will share. But I will leave the introduction to her and the topic to our very own moderator, Captain Kannan. Captain Kannan is a pilot, and he's very, very passionate about technology, about innovation, and we've got to know him sharing a lots of interesting posting in our groups, in our STEM groups. And we approached him and asked him whether he can, help to bring some experts, and he agreed. And so today we have our second speaker being introduced, and will be hosted. This session will be hosted by Captain Kannan. All right. So, Captain, without further ado, I'll give you the honors to introduce our speaker and the program for today.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good afternoon. Just stand by. I'm lost. I don't know which screen I'm choosing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thanks again, Mr. Ramesh. Good afternoon. So this STEM, as he has been mentioned, we're trying to promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Of course, a little bit of arts and design all comes in together. And the intention of this particular session and the previous one and the ones to come is basically as an outreach program to spark the interest in STEM career. So we expect that we hope that the students who listen into this type of programs have start to have interest in science. All right. This also, I think, together with MACRI, Malaysian Association of Creativity and Innovation. I think it's
right.
together. Yeah. So we want to engage the educators, especially the school teachers, parents, community, industry, and obviously, as I said previously, is the students. So the main target is again the students. And the topic for today will be something on nature. The very interesting topic, nature loves us. Let's value our biodiversity. Right, and my intention is to bring the people from the industry who is with the job itself. Okay, but today we have someone from the university, from the research, and she's a passionate person. As long as I know her, in nature and all these forests, and I think she likes to go into all these forests and walk around and all that. And also she's a graduate from University of Malaysia, Sabah, which there's a lot of forest there. So she used to all these things. And what we want to inspire all ages of the students. So Dr. Kogila has been a researcher, senior lecturer at UTM, University Technology Malaysia. So I thought that, her experience doing the research in nature will bring a lot of information for the students, and what is it actually about, nature. So that's why I called her, and she agreed to give this talk. All right. My own experience with nature, because I grew up in rubber estates, so I've been growing up with the nature, playing in the nature, the life at that time You wake up early in the morning. It's very cool at that time. Not much of development, and then you go and play, and whole day I'll be on the tree, eating the fruits, climbing on the tree. So all this experience actually taught us a lot of things, how to survive with the environment. You suddenly you see a snake or you see some animals, so that builds you. And I unfortunately, the kids today don't have all this experience, and we need to bring them to the nature. There's one I read somewhere. It says that if you want to teach your children about life, you need to bring your children into the woods. You bring them into the jungle, and they will learn a lot of things inside there. So which we don't get it. We don't get that now. Okay, so I'm not gonna drag a lot. I'll pass it straight away to the Kogila, and she have an interesting lineup. She have some competition also coming up in between. So hopefully the students can take part in that, and then learn along the way. All right, Dr. Kogila, you can take over from here. Go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Captain Kannan. Thank you very much, Mr. Ramesh. And it's a pleasure to be here and be invited, and a pleasure to meet Mr. William and all of you here. So first and foremost, Captain Kannan's introduction was a bit overrated. I'm just here to share my experience. And yes, I love the jungle. I love the jungle experience. And I really hope that I can bring you all to the jungle trip today. All right, so today's sharing session is very light. Okay, all the week you guys are filled with lectures and a lot of scientific things, a lot of memories and memorizing and everything. So today, just sit back, relax, and then let's watch some videos, let's watch some pictures, and then if you have your popcorn, just grab your popcorn and water, and then let's just go through a nature walk with me. All right. So Tanuja, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So let me just try to share my screen here. Okay. Is my PowerPoint up?
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So can anybody just confirm that you are seeing the slide only and not my presentation view?
Yes, we can see your first slide. The slide on the program itself.
Okay, so it's only the slides, huh? There's nothing else, huh?
No.
Yeah. All right. Excellent. Okay. So it's just that the system is such that I could not see anything else, but it's okay. All right. So, as you all know, and I'm Vani, my major research field or my major field of interest is actually on forests. I love the nature, I love the environment, I love being in the wild, and there's a lot of stories and interesting stories that happen during my field work, field visit and research sites, which is located in the dense forest, tropical forest in Danu Valley actually. So all my research sites are within forested sites. So if you well, many would have thought actually like, okay, what am I going to share about, and what am I actually doing? I'm not an industrial person, or I'm not a consultant, or I'm not a technical person, or things like that. But how do I go about, and what is actually making me move forward? It's for the name of passion. All right. So today I would like to share about what I see from my eyes on biodiversity and how Mother Nature is giving us and keep on giving to us. And the question that I always ask is, what is the thing that I'm giving back to nature? All right. And I can see some questions in the chat room here saying that, is there some quizzes and everything? Yes, the organizers have actually prepared 5 prizes actually. So there are 5 vouchers that is to be given out. It is for subscription, fully 1 year subscription for Hologo, an augmented reality educational app, is very interesting AR app. So there's 5 of you guys that can win. It is not about luck. Today's day is not about luck. It is about you, your attention, your talent, your speed. All right. So we are going to use Kahoot for this, and I hope that you guys are familiar with Kahoot. Okay. I'm not that comfortable yet. Let me just switch. Just give me a second. So I would just like to know a little bit more about you. So I would like to request if all of you can just type in another tab or in your mobile app, mobile phone, www.kahoot.it. All right. So we are going to play a small. It is not a game. It is more like a poll, like an ice-breaking session. Okay. There's no gifts for this. No pressure. No nothing. Okay. It's just for me to get to know about you guys better. All right. So are you all familiar with Kahoot?
Yes.
Anyone? Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's start. Okay, so I'm going to give a pin. So if you guys have already clicked in for kahoot.it, and if you can just okay, if you can key in the pin 5624662. Can you all come in? Hi, Iman, you are in. Hi, there's another Vani. Hi, Tanuja. Hi, Tonisha, Dashmi, Mona. Hi. Yes, I can see quite a number of you guys. Kiran. Ashwika. So this would be like a trial because our quiz, which we'll have 2 quizzes later, would also be based on Kahoot. So this is like a warming up round, all right? Nimisha, let me just give a few more minutes for the rest of you guys to join. I could see about almost 30 of you guys earlier. Okay, there's 17 of you guys now. Hi, Ahilan. Hi, Vishnu. Hi, Dila. So while waiting for all of you guys to join, okay, and I would just like to share that on today's talk, we will be sharing or looking into what is forest, we'll be looking into trees, we'll be looking into some animals, and we'll be looking into some of the things that you can immediately do that can actually make a difference. All right. So that's about it. And hi Niteshwar, hi BH, I'm not quite sure. All right. Okay, there's 21 of you. Let me just give another minute and then we will start. All right, and the same goes to the quiz session. It's more towards a game of speed. So whoever that comes in and joins first, then we'll be able to join. Okay, hi Triambiga. All right. So I'm just going to count until 5 and then we are going to start our poll. It's more like an ice-breaking session, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's start, okay? So again, this is not a quiz. This is just an ice-breaking for me to get to know about you guys more. Okay. So first, hi, may I know how old are you guys? And are you guys 9 years and below, 10 years to 13 years old, or 14 to 16 years old, or above 16 years old? So on your app there, you can just click, all right, whichever the color coding is there. One more person. All right, done. Shall we? All right. So let's see. My audience today. So there's a lot of you guys from 10 to 13 years old, and one of 9 years old, and we have a few from 16 and above. All right. Okay. So for the next thing, I would like to ask, have you ever been to a forest? You can say yes, or you can say no, or you can say, does park count as a forest? Or you can also say, what's a forest? Okay, so, okay, good. Most of you guys have been to a forest, and right, some saying, okay, does park count as a forest? Okay, it's objective, hypothetical. This, all right, interesting. Let's go for the third question. Do you guys know what is biodiversity? Have you heard about biodiversity? I don't know. I think I've heard of it, but I am not sure. Maybe biodiversity is about living things, including plants, bacteria, animals, and the humans, or it's about biology study in the university. What is biodiversity? Oh, all right. All right, as a few said, it's about biology study in the university. Interesting. All right. Okay, let's go for my final question. And my question would be, if you get an opportunity to go to camp in the forest, would you consider? Right? There won't be phone lines, there won't be internet access, there won't be electricity, right? But there'll be river, there'll be nature, there'll be a lot of trees, there might be wild animals, safe ones, of course, a safe trip. All right. So yes, most of you guys would like to go to the forest. Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. All right, so now that I can see that most of you guys do actually want to go to the forest, so without further ado, today what I would like to bring you all do is I would like to bring you all for a virtual tour to the forest. All right, so pardon me, I might look a bit younger. It was just a picture that's taken a decade ago, 10 years ago, but it's just that forest, the memories are so fresh. So what I'm going to share to you is my personal experience. The pictures that I'm going to share is also mostly taken by myself in our own forest in Borneo Rainforest. Okay, so I've mentioned a few times forest, and forest, and in the poll as well, some did ask what is actually forest. Okay, so the forest is actually a complex ecosystem. Okay, it consists a lot of trees and it support a lot of life forms. Okay, all right, I know some of you guys are thinking, oh my god, I just said in the first slide, the first thing, that it's not going to be a heavy subject, and here I am talking about scientific terms. Don't worry, it is just the beginning. Okay, there's nothing much about it. So it's just an introduction about forests, where you can see trees which supports a lot of life forms. Okay, and here I'm using the word ecosystem, and I'm using two big words also. Okay, natural forest and plantation forest. Okay, natural forest is something that, okay, we don't plant it. It is there naturally. It's planted by nature, created. All right, there's a variety of species. Everything is going on. Plantation forest is something that is deliberately planted, something like oil palm plantation or rubber plantation. Okay, so today we are not going to talk about oil palm plantation or rubber plantation. We are going to talk about natural forest. Okay, and the key word that I mentioned here is about ecosystem. Okay. Do you know what is ecosystem? Anyone got any idea what is ecosystem? There's no right or wrong answers. Okay, it's just a sharing. It's an evening break time with me. So just feel free to just switch on your mic and you can just share and interrupt. Okay. Would anyone like to share their thoughts about ecosystem?
Can I say it?
Yes, please.
Ecosystem is a community or group of living organisms that live in and interact with each other.
Excellent, very good. It's just that unfortunately with my setting here, I could not see who is the one that's speaking. So can you tell who is this, please?
Shivani.
Shivani. Hi, Shivani. That's excellent. You actually made my second slide, which is following up slide from this, redundant. So yes, Shivani, thank you very much for sharing. That is what ecosystem is by definition. All right. So it is also a combination of living and non-living things in a natural setting. All right. So that is ecosystem, and as Shivani said, it is also consists of plants, animals, insects, microorganisms, rock, soil, water, sunlight, and all the major components. So as you can see, ecosystem comprises of both aquatic and also the terrestrial ecosystem. It's a combination of both. Okay, to give one good example on the linkage of these both terrestrial, which is land, and aquatic, which is water, is if we can look at water cycle. Okay, so I'm quite sure all of you guys have heard and have read about water cycle as well. So anyone else would like to share what do they remember or what do they know about water cycle? Anyone? What is the first thing that comes in your mind when we mention the word water cycle? You take water and
Rain.
Rain. Yes, very good. Rain. How is what is the cycle? Okay, when we're talking about water cycle, it means it's a circle of rotation. So rain, and what is the cycle of it? What are the other components involved in water cycle?
Evaporation. Lakes.
Lakes, yes. Evaporation, yes. I heard evaporation. Okay, precipitation and rain is the same thing. Okay, it's two exact same word. So yes, this is the very simple form of water cycle. Okay, and we can go and make it as complex as we want, and you can add a lot of components. You can add soil, you can add groundwater, you can add surface runoff, subsurface runoff, and you can go on. But basically, this is the water cycle, and you can see it is an interaction between terrestrial and the aquatic system. All right. So now here we can see this link, and we can see a lot of water, blue things, which reminds us of our planet. All right. This is something that I won't ask what is this to everybody. Okay. I know everybody know about it, but I would like to ask, anyone know how many percentage of Earth's surface is actually covered by fresh water?
70%, 80%.
80%. Okay, again, as I said, in my current setting, I could not see the person's name. Could you please tell me your name, please?
Divasan.
Sivasan. Sivasan said
T.
80%.
Divasan. Divasan.
Divasan. Okay, Divasan, you
T.
mentioned
T.
80% is fresh water, is it?
No, sea water, every kind of water, everything.
Everything was okay. So, okay, from seawater and everything is about 80%, you are saying it. All right. From that seawater, how many percentage do you think is fresh water?
30% or 20%.
30% or 20%. All right. Thank you, Divasan. And so, in general, do you guys think that this amount of water is a lot and sufficient for everybody, or do you think it is little? What do you think? What's your opinion about the water available?
Lot.
A lot.
A lot, a lot.
So all of you guys are having the same thought as Divasan, that there is sufficient and there's a lot of water in Earth for everybody. Is it?
No. No.
No, no. All right. Why no?
I think there's only a little fresh water available on Earth because most of the oceans and rivers in Earth is polluted.
Ah, and I'm talking to
Darshini.
Darshini. All right, Darshini, yes. I second your point as well. All right. So when we are looking at Earth as in the picture that I'm showing to you, it looks as if like, okay, there's a lot of water available, all right, for everybody. Okay, this is briefly some numbers and budgets and everything that, and I know you guys will be tired looking at all these notes throughout this week, but all right, to summarize this, okay, if we collect all this water and make it a cubical form and compare it to the size of Earth, how big do you think that the size of the circle would be adjacent to the Earth's surface? Would it be 1-to-1?
Up, 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 up.
Yeah,
I think half.
half. You think half of it? All right. Do you want to see how much is exactly it is in comparison? This is how
Yes.
it would look like. All right. If you take and compile all the Earth's surface water, all right, if you drain out the world's water, and this is how much water availability that we have. Okay. And from this, the amount of fresh water that is available is the second dot. Okay. But that does not mean that all of these can be used. Most of our daily water usage are confined to rivers and lakes, right? So we have hydro dams and everything pumping out reservoirs, dams, taking water, tapping water and supplying to your homes is all confined to lakes and rivers. And that is from this fraction. I am not quite sure how many of you guys can actually see it. It is this one particular dot. Right? So this is the amount of water that we are actually talking about. So coming back to water cycle. All right. So it is an interaction between terrestrial and aquatic system. And you can see that it's all starting from the forest, the green area, the dense area. So that is where it is kind of like known that the forest is an area of water catchment. It catches the water and then it distributes around, forming a river basin, all right, or a catchment and tributaries and all the other components, and it creates the flow, all right. When the forest is healthy and clean, everything is at its equilibrium, you can actually see and experience a clean, fresh environment. Okay, this is a picture that I took in dense Borneo forest. Okay, the water is so clean and refreshing, and as Captain Kandan mentioned, it is cool. All right, so when you have this kind of environment, okay, the water is clean, it means the marine aquatic. The aquatic organisms are also happy. Clear water means the fish can have better oxygen demand, oxygen supply, the sunlight can penetrate through, and all the other components of science comes in. All right. And also when the water is clean, there is trees and plants that's trapping it. When there's growth of trees, there is fruits, there is food, and so it's encouraging for wildlife. All right. So this is in a natural system. Okay, again, this is a picture of pygmy elephant. So the elephant actually came and visited me during my field work. All right. So this is the picture that I took before I learned that I can actually sprint and I can really run very fast. Because after this picture, the elephant actually turned back looking at me. All right. So now we have known about rainfall and how it is important for forests and how it is maintaining the ecosystem. And now I would like to bring you all up a tree. Okay, let's climb up a tree, one particular tree, and see why is a tree so important? What is so significant about a tree? Okay, now this is the story that I would like to share about a tree called manara. Okay, so here I am climbing up the tree, and that particular tree is actually one of the tallest tree. It's actually the tree was located in Borneo, all right? And it is actually taller than the Statue of Liberty. Anyone knows what is the height of Statue of Liberty? Ding, ding. No prize for this? That's a quick question. I can see some pause. No cheating. No clicking on the Google. It's okay. I Googled myself to see the height of Statue of Liberty, I have to admit. All right, it's about, the height of Statue of Liberty is about 305 feet. And the height of the tree that we have in our Borneo forest on our own backyard is about 330 feet. All right, so talking about one tree, why is it so important for this tree? Where sometimes in our own park, we find a tree as a nuisance because tree kind of like invites animals and you can't park your car, anything below for the shade because the animals, the bird poops and it kind of like ruins your car. So it's the value is more for your car than the value for the tree. So this is the story of a tree, of a forest. Okay, in tropical forests, okay, the density of animals is very high. There is over 600 mammals within a forest area, which supports more than thousands of bird species, reptiles, plants, beetles, insects. All right. So these are all functional animals. What I mean by functional animals is that, okay, there's a lot of debates going on about orangutans. Let's save the orangutan. Let's save the Malayan tigers and everything. But as a conservationist, as a biologist, one would say that a forest can actually survive without an orangutan or a tiger. But a forest cannot survive without the presence of dung beetles, termites, and ants. Okay, this is from the point of view of a forest. And I can imagine that most of you guys from the town and city area can see like, ew, ants, termites, those are pests. Okay, it kind of like ruins our furnitures. Yeah, it eats my snacks and donuts. But then, who is in whose home? Let me share for you a quick fun fact. Remember the small ants that you guys will just walk over without any second thoughts? The fire ants? That most of you guys don't even acknowledge the presence of the ants? How long do you think the ants can live? What is the lifespan of the fire ants? Anyone? Any idea? How long do you think an ant can live? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. Anyone? It's okay. You can just say it out.
I don't know. Can I say? Kanan here.
Yes, Kannan. Yes, please, Captain.
Maybe 1 week.
Maybe 1 week?
6 months.
So 6 months.
6
Who
weeks.
mentioned 6 months?
It wasn't.
6 weeks. Siwa, see, 6 weeks. So we kind of like think, your lifespan is only 6 weeks. I don't have to bother about you. I can just step on you and everything. I'm more superior. These ants can actually live up to 1 to 3 years. All right. And if you accidentally step on the queen, you actually destroyed the lifespan of that particular ant that can actually live up to 30 years. Okay. So the next time you're about to step on an ant or purposely disrupt ants because you're so bored, think about this. Moving on, for the story of Manara. So this is a picture that's taken from a drone. This is not my picture. All right. So you can see that while looking at it itself, your eyes are kind of like relaxed. All right. And the important part here that I would like to share is that, okay, it is natural and it is actually taller than the Big Ben and also the Statue of Liberty. All right. And this is not even the fullest. Okay. It can grow even larger. And this one particular tree actually can host over 1,000 types of insects, fungi, and plants. Okay. So when you have trees, forested area, you can see all these things, okay, all of them living together. And if you actually sit there quietly, all right, in a safe place, you can actually observe them walking around and the sound of the nature with the crickets, with the cicadas, okay, the 6 o'clock cicadas, and the frogs singing and everything. It is very, very nice. Okay, I would suggest that maybe one of the days you can just Google on YouTube for these animal sounds and just close your eyes and listen, right? And it will be excellent if you guys can actually pay a visit to the forest to see all these colorful, cute animals and insects, okay? There's a lot of variation. There's a lot of ladybirds. There's different types of plants, carnivorous plants, and things like that. All right, this is what is in our backyard, all right? And as you can see, this is not my picture as well. This is something that I took from the internet, all right? So this is from Borneo, tropical rainforest. Have you guys heard about Amazon?
Yeah.
You guys know?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I know Amazon.com, and I know I have Amazon Prime at home. Is that what you guys are thinking?
It's known as Amazon Rainforest. This is Amazon Rainforest.
Good. All of you guys are extra alert. Yes. Good that you guys didn't think about Amazon Prime and you guys are thinking of Amazon Rainforest. Yes. And do you guys know about the richness and the speciality of Amazon Rainforest? What do you guys know or read about Amazon? Yeah, it's one of the largest forest reserve. All right. So forests are very important. It gives you fresh air. It gives you oxygen. It absorbs carbon. Okay, it reduces the climate change impact. And there's a lot of things. And it hosts a lot of animals, fungi, insects, plants. All right. So these are all the terrestrial things. And when the terrestrial ecosystem is very, very clean, so it kind of like flushes out to the end of the system, which is the ocean. So when the terrestrial part is clean, the ocean also stays clean. All right. And you can enjoy beautiful pictures, beautiful scenic environment of islands. All right. So when you're talking about islands, there's another aquatic ecosystem that I would like to share, which is the coastal environment. All right. So the coastal environment is very rich and very diverse with wetland. Okay, there is corals. There's very beautiful corals. Quite sure you guys watched Nemo, the movie. All right. So those are all real things. Okay, instead of watching it and seeing it in the aquarium, you know how pristine and how privileged it would be for you to actually go and see it in the actual environment where they actually belong. It's very colorful. All right. So this coral ecosystem, okay, it has a lot of micro and macro species. It has seagrass ecosystem, and this ecosystem actually supports the fishing industry, which is coming back to us. The Mother Nature is actually coming back to us, giving us food, what we are eating. Those who are not vegetarian, you can have your fish or your sea harvested things, all right, and it's also supporting for aquaculture, forestry, and also tourism industry. So all this comes back into the link of a healthy forest, all right. And we spoke about trees and why trees are so important. Why trees are important, everyone?
They give us oxygen.
Because they give us oxygen.
Give
Yes,
oxygen.
yes. That's the first thing that comes in because we need oxygen. So you see, human beings are quite selfish. We tell this first thing that we need. Oops. Okay, what are the other things that trees does?
Gives rain.
Okay, it's kind of like in the process of
It gives us
Prevent
food.
global warming.
They are the habitat of living things.
It
Yes,
gives us
yes.
fruit.
Yes, very good.
As
And
a carbon cycle.
it's a carbon cycle, yes, carbon footprint, yes, very good. And apart from that, apart from food, it is also actually, it has medicinal purposes, all right.
It cools the earth.
It cools the earth, yes, very good. Okay, and if you're sick, or a lot of medicines are actually derived from plant-based, all right. So myself and my team, we actually did a dating kind of dating, as in carbon dating the tree rings, trying to identify what is the age for what is tree that in our forest in Borneo, all right. So we used a method called carbon dating. Okay, we took samples, 2 samples, because it's a preliminary testing. So we took 2 samples. One tree was about 1 meter in diameter, and another tree which was known as ironwood, kayu belian, okay, and it was about 0.6 meters. It's about 60 centimeters in diameter. These trees can grow huge. So compared to the size that we took, and we can say that these trees are somewhere like a teenager tree from the full size, right? And guess how old would they have been? Any rough idea? Just a random guess. How old the 1 meter diameter tree of kayu bala?
5 years or 2 years.
5 years or 2 years. And I'm talking to
Divasan.
Divashan says 5 years or 2 years. All right. Anyone else? 1 meter is about this size. All right.
10 years.
10 years. All right. So you're saying that most likely that tree would be 10 years old. Okay. And this particular research was done 10 years back. Okay. In 2010. So, okay. Anyone else with any other guesses how old randomly these trees might be?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years. Who is this?
Tanuja teacher.
Tanuja. Hundreds of years. All right. Anyone else? I don't know. I don't care. Do you want to know how old were the trees?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
The tree that was called as the Dipterocarp Soria johorensis is a species name that is most commonly harvested. Okay, that particular tree, which was 1 meter in diameter, was 350 years old. 10 years ago, all right. And the kayu belian, it is a very slow growing dense wood, okay, that even the termites can't bite through it. And it was only 0.6 meters in diameter, and that particular tree was actually 750 years old 10 years ago. So how old do you think the trees are now?
Maybe like 500.
Sorry?
350 like that.
360 like that, Divashan. Do you want to see the tree?
Yes.
Yes, I heard another voice.
Around 5,000 years.
10 years ago, it was 750 years old. How can it be 5,000 years after 10 years?
760.
760. All right. So let me show you the picture of the tree that I took, how the tree is looking now. Okay? Are you guys ready? 1, 2. How do
Like
you
a
feel?
table.
It's no longer a tree. It's no longer alive. Okay? Something that was majestic and standing for 750 years old, something that was majestic and standing for 350 years is no longer alive. And as Devotion mentioned, it's not even a table, okay? The woods that are harvested in our timberland is not considered hardwood, even though it's mentioned as kayubala. It is soft wood, which is used as playwoods. So you know playwoods during construction, they'll have these walls to prevent the dust from coming to the road. That is what the 350-year-old trees, 400-year-old trees, 700-year-old trees are being chopped down and been used for. Okay, a tree that is so huge that a lorry, a trailer can easily be almost 1,000 years old is no longer alive. Okay, and the same thing happens to all the other friends of the trees. Okay, this is a picture that I took. Okay, so it's my personal collection, and easily these trees are 70, 80, 100, 150 years old. And some of it are used as a shilling, which does not even last long. How long? How long is your house going to be? Are you going to use the same house for 200, 700 years? Is it worth it? So coming back to our story, the majestic manara that I shared to you guys. 80% of that particular tree species, the friends of the trees, are all gone for the 3 generations due to logging and habitat loss. Okay, and as I mentioned, the wood from this tree is medium hardwood. It's only suitable for plywood, crates, and lights furniture. You know, when you buy fruits, the crates that's been used, that is it. A single use, and some of us don't even reuse. You just throw it away. There goes your 350 years old tree. What's supposed to be lush and green, because of the need, this is what happens. I have a small video, a song that cheers you up. Let's watch a video. Is my screen up? Yeah.
Yes, it's up.
It's showing
up.
your own screen, I think.
Yeah, but no audio. We can't hear it.
Is the video playing?
Yeah, it stopped now. Can you play?
Okay. How was it? What did you
Very
guys see when you
emotional.
see that video? Who do you think caused all the distress to the nature?
Humans.
Are you all a part of it?
Yes.
No, I'm not. I didn't do anything. It's not me. I'll come back to that. Hold on to that thought. All right. So that video was taken like 20 years ago. All right. Even the singer, okay, is now he's late Michael Jackson. All right, the king of rocks. But the pictures that I'm sharing to you is all taken recently. Okay, where I'm standing at that particular picture here, there's no more trees. And here in Malaysia, we're talking about habitat loss and extinction. Okay, we're talking about these 10 endangered animals, mammals in Malaysia. Okay, tiger, Asian rhinoceros, Asian elephant, orangutans. But okay, I have a announcement to make that unfortunately one of the species called Sumatran rhinoceros, the cute hairy rhinoceros species of Borneo, is no longer present. Okay, so I'm sorry that you guys can no longer see it. Considered extinct in 2019. All right. So I had the opportunity to see this hairy animal, but you guys don't. You can see it in the pictures though. Okay, so bye-bye Sumatran rhinoceros. But that doesn't stop here, okay? Deforestation, forest conversion is still actively going on. All right, so hilly hills are being cleared. So when there is rain, you can imagine what happens when there's heavy rainfall at this particular area. Where is the soil and everything going to end up, everyone? Where is it going to be washed down?
Landslide.
Landslide, and then it's going to end up in the river, in the water, right? So the roads, flooding, and all the other natural calamities, catastrophe that we are talking about, is all the actions and consequences of what we have been doing. Okay, so this is a picture of land clearance, active land clearance that's going on. This is a picture in Malaysia, and this is a picture courtesy from Captain Kannan. All right, so you can see the picture of the river that I used to see 10 years ago, the ones that I was sharing to you in the early of the presentation, is not what you guys are seeing now, I believe. All right, and this is at the end point, the flask of the river meets the ocean. All right, and if you guys remember, the very beautiful corals ecosystem lies in this particular area. And what do you think happens? Yes, what happens when you just cover the corals and everything with soil, sediments?
They don't get
Imagine
oxygen
yourself
and
as the
die.
corals. You're there swimming happily and everything.
The corals couldn't breathe.
And may I know who shared that? Yes. This would be this. And some who are not aware of it, they can say like, wow, so beautiful white corals. But you are actually seeing a graveyard of corals. Okay, this is what called as coral bleaching. Okay, there's no life. Okay, and the Amazon forest, whatever that you guys saw, okay, it burned badly, massive in 2019, 2020. You guys are living to see it. Whatever that used to be green, whoever that was happily roaming around is roasted. Why do you think this happened? Yes.
Sun, very hot.
Slash and burn, clearance. Yes, very hot is one thing. Climate change is one factor. Accelerated, enhanced due to human activity who wants to expand the area for agriculture, the slash and burn it during a hot weather, and it spread. It was burning for weeks. Animals do not know where to flee. Okay, it's a bit too distressed. Let's take a quick break let's have a quiz. All right, so now let's get ready to join Kahoot. Grab on, open your new tab, let's have a Kahoot. Okay, for this, there's going to be gift. All right, I think the sponsors, the organizers were very generous. We are going to give away 2 gifts. The top 2 scorers are going to get the gifts. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play. Wait, there's going to be 5 questions.
Okay, can we know
each
what's the
question
gift?
is for 30 seconds. Okay, the gift is the earlier one that I shared to you. It is a software, an AR augmented reality software, full subscription for a year. All right. It's very interesting. If you missed the first slide, so maybe later on I can share again. Okay. All right. Let me just okay, get to the game pin. Are you guys ready? Yeah, it's not luck. It is a matter of attention. Whoever was paying attention and a little bit of speed. Okay, maybe a little bit of luck when it comes to your internet connection. Okay, so I'm waiting for you all. Iman, Ilhan, Darshini, Tanuja, BH, Archini.
Uh,
Okay.
Doctor, they are
Good,
asking
good,
for the link. Can you share the link again in the chat? Is there a link for the Kahoot?
Link for this, is it? Okay, you can just type in Kahoot. Yes, you can just type in www.kahoot.it.
All right.
And then once the website loads, you enter this game pin.
Okay. All right. Because somebody is asking it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, Kiran Raj, thank you very much. You have already replied. Okay, 17 of you guys are here. I'll wait for another minute. Time is pressing. Unless you're okay to sit here longer with me, spend more time to get to know the nature. Yeah? Okay, Triambika, Niteshwar, Boran, Ashwika, Tanisha, Tiva, Pin, Junting, Sanjana, Ahilan. Okay, let me wait for another 30 more seconds and then I will start. All right. Okay, I'm not going to lock this so that those who are joining later can also join. Okay, there's 20 of you. The countdown starts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay, let's start. 20 of you guys online. Okay, are you ready? 30 seconds. The question will automatically close once the time is up. Which describes well of the forest? The place for rest is a forest, a piece of land with only trees, a complex ecosystem which includes many trees, plants, and animals, or it's established by planting or seeding or both. That's 19 answers. I think there were 21 participants. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Wow. Most of you guys got it correct. 1, a place for rest. I don't know why. Something feels it's Captain Kannan. All right, so let's go for the next question. Are you guys ready? All right, let's go. So for this, the top scorer is Darshini. Okay, so this is top in the podium. Let's see. Ilhan and Iman, you are next. Okay, it's anybody's game. This is the first round. This first question. There's more to come. The second question is, which threat to biodiversity is the #1 cause of loss of biodiversity? Pollution, habitat loss, climate change, hunting. 18 answers, 19 answers. Come on, come on, come on. 20. 10, 9, 8. Okay, I'm doing the countdown wrong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, and we have quite diverse answer, and habitat loss is the main reason. And let's see who got it right. VH is now in top of the board, followed by Vishnu and Niteswar. As I said, it is anybody's game. Let's go on. There's 3 more questions. Come on, everybody. In which area of the world would I expect to see more biodiversity? North Pole, Sahara Desert, Indonesia, or Amazon rainforest? Quick, quick, quick. 17. Okay, the countdown is starting. 10 seconds and down. Okay. All right, most of you guys got it correct. The answer is Amazon. And let's see who is in the top of the podium is BH. You are maintaining your position, followed by Tanisha, Boron, Ilhan, and Darshini. Let's go. You have 2 more questions. Refers to the variety of habitats, communities, and ecological process within it. What is it? It is a definition of is it ecosystem diversity, genetic diversity, species diversity, or population diversity? 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, cool. Let's see who's in the top of the pedia podium. Again, BH, followed by Tanisha, Iman, and Darshini. All right, last question for the first round. Let's go. Which group of organism is responsible for about 80% of our medicines we use today? Insects, fish oil, omega, fungi, or plants? Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right, yes, it is from plants. And let's see who is the winner for the first round. Darshini, you got number 3. Number 2 is Iman. And number 1 goes to BH. So this is the first quiz. As I said, I'm giving away 2 gifts only. So worry not. Okay, BH and Iman, you guys are the winner. Please contact in the chat room. But those who did not make it, don't worry. There's a second round of it. Stay tuned. All right. Thank you. So easy, right? Okay, so we have done with the quiz and everything. We have seen the pictures, and most of you guys can say, maybe I'm just exaggerating with the pictures. But just to prove a point, you know, when I did a Google search and I typed rivers in Malaysia, do you know what comes up? This is the picture. And when I'm looking at this output of this search, I actually have to glance through to search for something that is beautiful for me to rest my eyes. Okay, I can see a lot of rubbish, a lot of pollution, a lot of something that I don't want to even jump inside the river to take a shower or take a dip. So now, the question that I would like to ask, and many of you guys would like to ask, is that, is there a solution for all this thing? So yes, as we saw in the video earlier, the Michael Jackson video, everything is reversible if it is done properly. But some that is lost, that's gone, is bygones. Okay, extinct species and everything is something that is better not to be spoken about. All right, so the thing that is possible is, okay, sustainable development. Okay, we need to do this for the survival of us. We need more homes. We need to do agricultural plantation. We need to plant. We need to harvest things for survival. But all the detrimental things, the bad things that we saw earlier, can be reduced, the effects, if we do it sustainably. What is sustainability? Okay, sustainability is the balance. Okay, we balance the growth of economy, environment, and our social responsibility. I would like to call it the bee. It's more like the bees. Okay, it is about balance of the economy, environment, and our responsibility. It's because we don't have these bees is the ones that's causing the failure for the sustainable development, right? Deforestations and everything. But as I said, it's not too late. We need agriculture. But if we install some best management practices within this, we can actually sustain some biodiversity within the agricultural plantation. Okay, these are some of the things. So if we do it in a proper way, it is actually possible. So this is what I am trying to do within my means, the little things on giving back to the environment and nature, what I shared to you. Trying to improve the soil quality, trying to improve the water quality. I do a little bit of lab, I do a little bit of digging and everything, okay? But then you may ask, do you need to wait until you finish graduating or finish specialization doing your field to make a difference. You don't have to choose what I choose, but being where you are right now, you can actually start making a difference from this moment if you put your mind. Do you know how you can do it? Hello? Do you know how you can do it? Everybody fall asleep already, is it? Too tired?
Recycling and not throwing rubbish.
Yes. And I'm speaking to
Tanuja.
Tanuja. Yes, Tanuja. Good. You can see that all of you guys are still active and alert. Yes. Which the first thing we saw in the picture is waste, too much of waste. What we can do is we try to reduce the waste. And as Tanuja mentioned, the 3 R's, okay? We recycle, we reuse, and we reduce. Remember, there's colorful bins around. So try to reduce, recycle. Put your paper in the blue bin, the glass in green, and on. All right. But now it is not only on 3R. We are expanding it to 4Rs and 5Rs and 6Rs. Okay. We are introducing on refuse. Say no to unnecessary things. Say no to something that is considered luxury and not a necessity. Try to reduce, right? And you can also try to rot, which is composting. Okay, this is another very, very interesting topic. There's a lot of things that I can share about this on where you can do your own eco-enzyme and how you can do your compost and things like this. But this is not what we are going to discuss today. So you think about it. These are all the things that you can actually do straight away. Do your bits. Recycle, rethink, refuse, reduce, rot, repurpose, which means instead of throwing your bottle, try to reuse it for other things. You can keep your pencils or modify it to whatever the thing is. You guys are very, very creative. Reuse it. Create a new fashion. Create a new trend that repurpose is the new way of life instead of going and buying for branded things and just wasting the resources. The other things that immediately you can do is you can save water. How? You know, when you're brushing your teeth, you just turn off the faucet, the pipe, while you are putting your toothpaste or while in between your things. And it really, really makes a big difference. 1 minute of running water is equivalent to 6 liters of water. How much is 6 liters? You know your water bottle, drinking water bottle? 24 water bottles. It's just wasted because you leave your tap on while brushing your teeth. Do you think you can make this change immediately? Or is it too difficult for you to do it?
Can,
right?
I use a cup.
6
I use a
liters.
cup.
You use a tub. Yes, you use a cup. Very, very good. Very good initiative. And also when you are using your shower, you know, instead of just leaving the water on while you are just taking a shower or dropping your things or anything, switch it off. And instead of using the pail, use a shower head. All right? So if you're taking about 5 minutes of shower, okay, a minute actually uses about 7 liters of water. And if you're taking a 10-minute shower, you are actually using about 75 liters of water to just take a shower. And I'm quite sure all of you guys have seen about pictures in the internet how certain places they have to walk for miles for water. And even here, in those are from Selangor and everything, they can know the effects of water shortage. Okay, these are some of the immediate things that you can do while planning for your future and when you are becoming an engineer or a nanotechnology or whatever that you are going to be an expert in your field, and how you can contribute back to Mother Nature. Another immediate thing that you can do by being thoughtful is you can just offer water to the birds outside. Okay, sometimes if you're living in an urban area, the birds don't have a proper place to drink because the river is so polluted. There's no ponds, there's no streams. These are all the little things that immediately you can do. So regardless of all the stress and distress that we are doing to Mother Nature is actually still being kind to us and still doing. So that is why it's called Mother Nature, giving. So nature loves us. So let's try to do something from our part, from your parents to your, hopefully to your extended family members, friends, and your next generations, to give back to the nature. Okay. With that thoughts, that's all for my sharing today. And those who were slightly disappointed with the quiz just now, don't worry. Let's go for a second quiz. All right. So, are you guys ready for the second quiz? For those who did not manage to get it the first round, don't worry. Let's do it now. Okay. Unfortunately, I've accidentally. Okay. Okay. Grab on your phones. Be ready. Be alert. Right. I'm just loading now. All right. I'm not going to open. Okay, they can give 3 prizes. Three gifts. Number 1, number 2, number 3. You guys are going to win something. Let's do it. Let's gear up. Nimisha, Tonisha, Ashwika, Tantuja, BH, Harshni, Kahoot, Darshni. All right. Come on. 3 prizes. Triambika, you can do it. Iteshwar, M, Boron. Boron actually reminds me of an element from the periodic table. All right, 17 of you guys. I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. Let's say 1 minute. Can I just see how many of you? Okay, there's 29 of you guys. All right. V is online. Sanjana. Okay. 10 seconds. I'm going to start the countdown for 10 and I'm going to start the quiz. Okay, I'm trying to just press the time here. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's start. 20 of you guys. All right. 3 prizes awaiting. So it's a game of speed and the right answer. I'm going to keep quiet now. I don't want to interrupt. What is sustainable development? Balancing growing economy, protection of the environment, having social responsibility, all of the above. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Come on. There's still 3 of you guys who have not answered. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. All right. Some are confused. All right. All of the above is the correct answer. And let's see who is in top of the podium. Iman, Kiran, and Kahoot. All right. So let's go for the next one. Iman, the competition is on. Anybody's game? Question 2 out of question 5. Mike did not want to throw away his jam jar. Instead, he decided to use it again. This is an example of recycling, reducing, reusing, or pollution. It's a very simple question. It's a bonus question. 15 seconds left. 3 of you guys have not answered yet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Wow. Okay. And let's see who is on top of the podium. Kahoot! I'm not quite sure who is Kahoot, but Kahoot, Tanuja, Ilhan, Niteshwar, and Harshini. You guys are on top of the board now. All right, let's go for the next question. How can we prevent pollution? By reducing, by recycling, by reusing, or all of the three? All three. Most of you guys got the answer, and let's see who's fast. Tanuja! Harshini, you are on fire. Darshini, not far behind. Niteshwar. Okay, let's go. Second last question. Many people on earth do not have access to clean water. Clean water. True or false? Bonus question. It's a bonus question. 20 seconds. $15 seconds. Come on, 10 seconds. 5, the countdown starts. True. All right. All right, the last final question. Let's see who's on top of the board. Tanuja, 4 players have reached answer straight 3. Wow, okay. So Tanuja, you're on top. Niteshwar, Harshini, and Darshini. Final round, let's go. Which of the following animals have been declared as extinct in the wild? Pygmy elephant, orangutan, Sumatran rhino, Malayan tapir. There are going to be 3 winners for this. All right, Sumatran rhinoceros is the right answer, and the 3rd place goes to Harshini, and 2nd place goes to Niteshwar, and the grand prize goes to Tanuja.